Hello. Welcome to Dissolving Blocks to Unconditional Love. I am Sue Elliott, my angel coach, and I work with the angels every day. What we do, I call angel coaching. It's my own unique blend of life and business coaching, energy healing, and delivering guidance from the angels. And today, we're doing a special angel healing to help you release anything in the way of you feeling unconditional love, being able to express unconditional love on the planet, anything in the way of you having more delicious relationships, and starting with the relationship with yourself. So first, a little bit of housekeeping. Drink a lot of water today. When we dissolve emotional stuff that's stuck in your system or belief systems or subconscious programming, that also has a physical component to it. The reason we call things like emotional baggage and things feel heavy is because they do create physical density in your system. So drink a lot of water. Don't be surprised if your urine is a little funky. If you feel a little bit of a swooning or dizzy sensation, kind of a woo, that is your body catching up to the energetic shifts that you've made. So everything is going right, nothing's wrong. The angels manage that, so it will happen maybe when you sit up on the edge of the bed or if you get out of the shower holding on to something. They're not going to do it while you're walking down a flight of stairs or driving a car, so they take very good care of you. So now that we've got all that out of the way, we're also going to do some clearings today. And so if I ask you if you're ready to let go of something, you can say yes out loud or just in your mind, or you can give the angels carte blanche to dissolve everything that you're ready to let go of. Okay, now let's start with, we are all made of unconditional love. We are all made of divine love. Some people would call it God stuff. Everything on this planet is made of divine love. And so when we are not feeling that, not being that in the moment, it feels off. We might be feeling shame or guilt, which are manufactured emotions designed to keep control of humanity. We might be feeling angry or frustrated or any of those other things that are very legitimate emotions that tell us what direction we're moving in, right? Are we moving toward what we want, or are we feeling more empowered, or are we feeling less empowered? The goal right now, and now is a particularly auspicious time, is to be able to be in the space of unconditional love more and more. Unconditional love is the truth of who you are. It is also what the new reality is built on. So right now, at this time on the planet, my family of light workers is creating metaphysical bridge for humanity to move into. And the new reality based on unconditional love feels like cooperation and collaboration and compassion and connection. It's very delicious. It's abundance-based. It's very different from the reality that we've been living in on this planet and that humanity has been stuck in for a very long time, which is based on the dysfunctional masculine, the dysfunctional feminine, and manufactured fear and scarcity. So now is the time to be moving into this new reality, which requires that we show up as unconditional love more and more. So first we want to talk about the fact that this is a very dense planet. As we come in as unconditional love, we become acclimated to the planet, and part of what happens is we start to pick up belief systems that are rampant here and programming. Dr. Bruce Lipton likes to talk about how during the first 7 years of life we're in the theta brainwave state, which is essentially the state of hypnosis. So we come in like a sponge soaking up everything as rules to live by. Your family of origin is going to have certain belief systems. They're going to have certain behaviors, certain woundedness that they can't tolerate, maybe you being too happy or you being sad or you being angry. So you start to make rules for yourself also based on the family that you've come into. And those also become subconscious programming. The school you go to, the friends you have, if you belong to a religion, media, all of these things contribute to the programs that are running in the background. And Bruce Lipton says they control the show 95% of the time. But even if they're only controlling the show maybe 50% of the time, still we're consciously doing the work whatever it may be, affirmations, vision boards, doing the work on ourselves, and we find that we keep banging up against the same limits, and that's the subconscious stuff. So that's a lot of what we're doing today. The angels are also energetically attuning you as you're sitting with this video. So I encourage you to get comfortable, relax in your seat. As long as you're not driving, it's fine to close your eyes and receive. So they want to start with dissolving subconscious programming and belief systems that no longer serve you on a very general global scale. Whatever you are ready to let go of, let's uncreate, delete, dissolve, and dissipate. All of that gunk, I like to call it. That's a technical term. Anything in the way of your ability to receive unconditional love. Let's begin. Now there's so much stuff here. They're saying they're going to do this slowly over time. They're going to begin dissolving anything in the way of you receiving unconditional love. And anything in the way of you being able to express unconditional love. I can already feel this moving a lot of energy. Time is an illusion, so even though you're not here with me right now, I can feel you as you're letting go of gunk. So, our intention here is for you to be able to feel the love every day, when you're at home, when you're at work, when you're at the bank, at the grocery store. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what those people out there are doing. So the next big chunk that we want to dissolve is any programming you've received, and there's so much of it on the planet, that says other people need to change in order for you to feel good. All of that stuff that says you don't write, you don't call, you don't love me anymore, you don't bring me flowers, all of that. And all of the control mechanisms that have been installed in you that would have you trying to control other people's behavior. Let's begin gently unwinding and untangling and dissolving all of that gunk from your system. Woo, setting you free of it forevermore. Very good. Letting this unwind. Letting the angels very gently pull it out of your system. Resetting trauma triggers within you. And now, one of the biggest blocks to unconditional love is all the programming, the hurtful remarks, the careless remarks that you've received that have lodged in your system that say you're too much of this, you're not enough of that, why can't you be more like your sister? Allowing you more and more to show up as the truth of who you are. Again, the truth of who you are is the divine. You are a unique aspect of the divine, created with great love to be exactly as you are. For the joy of experiencing what it is to be the divine expressing through you. And then we come here and we get all this gunk and we try and be more of this and less of that and twist ourselves into a pretzel to be the way somebody else wants us to be. So the angels are dissolving more and more of that programming within your space, allowing you to see who you really are and love who you really are. And even in those moments when you know you're trying or you're performing in order to be accepted or approved of or validated, to be able to love yourself even in those moments. Unconditional love is that. It is loving yourself with no strings attached. And true unconditional love of everyone else starts with unconditional love of self. So anything in the way of you being able to more and more show up with unconditional love for self. Let's uncreate, delete, dissolve, and dissipate all of that programming, entrainment, enculturation, all the rules you made for yourself and the corollaries to the rules. Surrendering all of that disharmony for the greater good of all and setting you free of it forevermore. So our intention today is to enable you to feel ever deeper, more connected, more delicious relationships with yourself and with others without them having to change at all. And The key to this, the angels want you to hear, is to be able to rise from ground level turbulence to a higher perspective. Think of it as being in an airplane on the runway. And you're starting to take off and you're moving faster and faster and faster along the ground, and it's very turbulent in that plane. The things are shaking, it's very loud, you can hear things moving in the overhead compartments, maybe the door to one of them pops open, it's very turbulent. And then you lift off and you get up to altitude and it's very peaceful. And you can look down at the beauty of the planet, or you can look down at the beauty of the clouds, and you feel this serenity. That's the difference between what we like to call ground level perspective and higher perspective. So when you're at ground level perspective, oftentimes you're experiencing feelings of judgment or criticism or self-judgment or self-criticism, comparison, rampant on the planet. This has all been very purposefully installed in humanity, and now is the time to let it go. So let's uncreate, delete, dissolve, and dissipate all of the programming that would have you self-judging, self-criticizing, judging, criticizing others. Now, the angels are helping you remember in the moment, in the middle of all that turbulence, that you can rise to a higher perspective like that. You can instantaneously remember and rise to a higher perspective. And when you rise to that higher perspective, what you will see is the woundedness that's being exhibited. So if somebody is being cranky with you, you will see that they're coming from fear. You will see that they're coming from perhaps a core wound of abandonment or a core wound of disrespect. You will see with clarity what is going on with that person in that moment. And that clarity will enable you to decide what to do next. And you are highly encouraged to ask the angels, right? So, okay, I've risen to this higher perspective. I see what's going on with this person. Now what? And it could be a very general question. Is there something for me to say or do right now? If I get a yes, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? A lot of times we're going to get clarity that allows us to be with that person from a place of deep compassion, seeing what is going on with them, seeing their woundedness, and saying no thank you to whatever it is that they're asking. It could be somebody asking for another date. It could be somebody wanting to be your client. It could be somebody asking you to invest money in something. You will see and you will know from that higher perspective, or you will have easy access to your divine guidance from that higher perspective. And the angels want to remind you that you are always connected to your divine guidance. You cannot be disconnected. As long as you're breathing, you are connected to the divine. And there are times when you feel less connected. So as you rise to a higher perspective, you release resistance. And that allows for easier connection and easier reception of your divine guidance. All right. So the angels are removing anything in the way of you seeing your own beauty, seeing your own magnificence, seeing your own quirkiness, seeing how delicious and lovable and loving you truly are. They're dissolving anything in the way of you being able to be love in the moment. So oftentimes, the key to unconditional love in the middle of the turbulence of day-to-day reality is taking a step back from whatever is going on around you. If you're sitting in that business meeting and it's a train wreck, you can be love. You can flow unconditional love into the room. If you can see that somebody is having a hard time, you can flow unconditional love to them. If you see two people arguing with each other, you can flow unconditional love to both of them. Love is the answer. My favorite angel joke is, love is the answer. What was the question? Because whatever the question is, love really is the answer. But not the way most humans have been trained to do love, which is manipulation and control, obsession, addiction, right? Neediness, coming from scarcity and neediness. So any of the ways that stuff, all of those programs are stuck in your system, let's uncreate, delete, dissolve, and dissipate all of that programming. all that entrainment and enculturation, setting you free of it forevermore, and surrendering all of that disharmony for the greater good of all. Allowing all of that energy to return to the planet where it can be transmuted into something of benefit. And allowing you to show up fresh and new in every moment, and allowing you to give everyone the gift of showing up fresh and new in every moment. Talk about a huge gift of unconditional love. I am not holding grudges. I am not holding you to be the way you were before. I am not holding me to be the way I was before. That one moved a lot of energy. Very good. Very good. So we want to close this video for you with the angel blessing of how very loved you are. You are surrounded by angels at all times. They are always with you. They are always helping you. There is nothing you can ask for help with that is too mundane or too small. Angels are infinite beings. They can be helping everyone simultaneously, so helping you does not in any way diminish their ability to help others. So please, please ask for their guidance. Give yourself the gift of the angel's assistance on a day-to-day basis, moment by moment. And give yourself the gift of self-seeing and self-loving. May this angel healing and angel blessing infuse your day with so much ease, so much grace, so much love. We have such tremendous love and appreciation for you. It is not an easy time to be walking this planet. Please know that you're here for a reason, and you are living your purpose. You are amazing. Whatever you do, if you are able to bring just a tiny bit more unconditional love to whatever it is you're doing, that is on purpose, on mission. That is being the divine in expression. Please come back and watch this video anytime. I will leave this video up for as long as I can imagine. So bookmark this page, come back and bathe in this energy again and again. We love you. Have a magnificent rest of your day or evening, and thank you.